Numbers are arranged in the order of their increasing or decreasing strengths. For instance, counting in ascending order means counting from -3 to +4. This progression can be visualized on a number line like this. While counting from +4 to -3 represents a decrease in magnitude or strength. Thus, organizing in ascending order of strength typically involves starting from the left side of a number line, or the x-axis, or the bottom of the y-axis, and advancing towards the right side, or the top, respectively. Watch the strength of Bob as it increases from -3 to +4. This symbol, resembling a folded right elbow, is used to indicate that one number is greater than the other. For example, implies that -2 is greater than -3. Implies that -1 is greater than -3. Implies that 0 is greater than -2. This symbol, resembling a folded left elbow, is used to indicate that one number is less than the other. For example, implies that -3 is less than -2. Implies that -1 is less than 0. Implies that 1/3 is less than 1/2. Remember that these symbols are used to represent inequality or comparison between numbers. They are likened to folded right and left elbows. To ensure accurate comparison of two fractions, it's advisable to first clear their denominators. This can be achieved by multiplying both fractions by the least common multiple of their denominators. Thus, the working is as follows. We then multiply both sides by 15. As shown on the number line, -5 is greater than -9. Therefore, -1/3 is greater than -1/5. First, we simplify both sides of the inequality. Thus, -1 to the power of 10 is +1. Also, -1 to power 6 is -1. Therefore, 1 is greater than -1. Hence, -1 raised to power 10 is greater than -1 raised to power 6. When comparing two numbers, their relative magnitudes change when one is multiplied or divided by a negative number, and vice versa. Consequently, the direction of the inequality sign reverses. For example, we know that 3 is greater than 2. Now let us multiply both numbers by -1. We can see that -3 is not greater than -2 but less than -2. Hence, the inequality switches from greater than to less than. In general, the following rules apply to switching inequality. The multiplication and division rule. For x greater than y, n times x is less than n times y only if n is negative. Also, x over n is less than y over n only if n is negative. Power rule. For x greater than y, x raised to power n is greater than y raised to power n, or less than y raised to power n, only if either x or y is negative, and n is even. X raised to power n is less than y raised to power n, only if x and y are negative, and n is even.